How many times it?
It's Coffee Talk with Karen. Leave me the fuck alone. Hi.
It's Coffee Talk with Karen.
Do you know who I am?
I'm Karen Stacy. I have a talk show.
Hi. It's Coffee Talk with Karen. Now leave me the fuck alone.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Happy hump day. Where am I here? I think wow. Okay. What? Nobody's saying good morning today? What happened? Rita, thank you for being the first and only person to say good morning. Where is everybody? Help me out here. Let's take people in. It is, what is today? Wednesday, right? Hump day. And Bella is hello, Mark. Good morning. Bella, you want to say good morning to everybody? Come on. Come to mama. Come and say good morning. Oh, she's gonna start talking now. Whoa, easy goes it there, kiddo. Hello, Bella. Come on. Good morning. Good morning. If you are here, please say good morning. Yeah, where the hell is everybody this morning? Bless you, mommy. Bless you. Bless you, my girl. Roberto, good morning. How are you? Help me out, you guys. Share out the video. Good morning. Good morning. Coffee Talk is no fun if I don't have everybody on. My eyes must really be going bad because I was able to read with my glasses on, but now not so much. I think I have to have it further away. I don't know. This is what happens, you guys, when you get old. A lot of shit goes on when you get old. I don't care what nobody tells you. You think you could see straight, then all of a sudden you can't. It's like crazy. So maybe if I go like all the way back here, I can't say for sure. Diane, hi Karen, I'm here for a bit, but have to head out shortly. You can listen on the go. Is that Simi? I'm not sure who that is on Twitch. Good morning. Jorge, good morning. Gina, good morning. Coming in from Florida. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Listen, for those of you who tuned in yesterday, thank you for tuning in. And I apologize that I was not on Miami Mike Radio yesterday. I was having like some crazy internet issues. My internet went off like 39,000 times yesterday, so I wasn't going to risk it and go live on the air. So I did it from my phone. Actually, we had a pretty crazy show yesterday. I thought I was only going to come on for a few minutes, and we had some amazing warriors that joined us for the show yesterday. And I see, Gina, thank you for tagging people in for me. Let's definitely tag Suzanne in. We had a couple of awesome ladies yesterday that were on. Well, a couple of people, period, that were awesome, I got to say. And, you know, I don't know. Sometimes people get confused. This is like, you know, male, female. This ain't just like a coffee clutch where there's just a bunch of women gecarons. You know what I'm saying? Feed is frozen. I wonder why. Sometimes Twitch is wacky. If for any reason that happens, you can find me on Facebook, on the Karen Stacy page, or on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group, or I am also on YouTube, Real Talk Karen Stacy. So unfortunately, stuff happens with all of these social media things. Not frozen here, Mark said. Great. Yeah, she's watching on Twitch. So when I broadcast I'm on the radio, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitch. So it's going to a couple of different places, and you never know. Usually it's Facebook fuckery at its best, but she's not on Facebook. So I don't know. I hope it works out. But Gina, you're awesome. Thank you so much for tagging everybody in. Yeah, what's today? Wednesday. So Alyssa is probably not with us today. I don't know. I lost Carmela. Don't know where she is. I hope all is well. So yeah, so I was trying to think. So let me tell you that we were talking yesterday, and all of us are kind of feeling the impact of the crazy that's going on in the world right now. And I went out on my run today, and I ran like somebody was following me, like my life was on the line. I feel better though, finally, because I was just like feeling like bleh. Like was it too early, to have like a margarita at 10 o'clock in the morning when you wake up? Is that too early? Yeah. And so I wasn't gonna do the show yesterday, and I ended up coming on, and I had a bunch of amazing people that were here and really made us realize what is important in life, right? And so a couple of people were saying, if you took, because I said everybody's got a story, and a couple of people said, if you take your story, like if everybody takes their story and throws it in the middle of the circle, everybody would end up taking their own story back, because everybody's got something, right? So it's really interesting to think about all that. Somebody also tagged Giselle, because yesterday she didn't get the alert that we were live, and she had messaged me afterwards. So message or tag Giselle. We're missing a lot of our regulars here. Diane, my internet has been messed up since the weekend. I think it was screwing up my Bluetooth speakers all week, going on and disconnecting and totally driving me nuts. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, right? Technology is our greatest friend and our worst nightmare. Let me see who else is talking to me. Thank you, Gina. You are the best. Okay, so we need more people on here, because I can't talk about this if I don't have enough people. So here's the topic of the day. Can you we need to have a little fun today. It's hump day. Can you have sex? Wait, see, right away I'm going to sex. Can you back it up, Karen? No sex for you. No sex for you. Can you be friends with someone you had sex with? I should be taking a lot of people in on this one. All right, let me hold on. All right, cool, Giselle, you're here. Yeah, I know you didn't get the alert or anything yesterday, so I had asked, Gina is tagging everybody in. Help me out, you guys. Share out the video. Let's get people involved in this, because you know that we're going to have fun with this. So let's let's see. So, all right, so just to show you guys, this is my logo on the I think there's the picture of me with my glasses for this. This is the Karen Stacy page. This is on YouTube. This is on Twitch. Just so that you guys can see where we're at with that. See, I have fun. I get to press buttons. Yeah. That's a loaded question. Come on, Diane. We got to load it up. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Come on. Jorge, good morning. Absolutely. Such situations make friendships more complete and gratifying. I agree with that. Rosie, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we need to get some of our little horn dogs on here because this is a good conversation. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Where are me with this, Gina? What are we talking about? It ain't easy, but sure, Mark said, depending on a lot of things. Steven, good morning. How are you? Come on, guys, help me out. Share out the video. Let's go. Share it to your groups. Share it to somebody. Somebody take Pete. Get Pete in here. We need Pete and his friends in here. Come on, who else? Everybody wants to talk. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Depends on a lot of things. Mark, in most things in life, everything depends on a lot of things, right? Hey, Billy, good morning. That is very, very true. But I have to agree with Jorge in the sense that, so I think that it has a lot to do with like extenuating circumstances, right? So there are some people that you just have that like chemistry with, right? And you want to have sex with them, and maybe you want to be friends with them, but you don't want to be nothing else, right? So I guess that doesn't count because I mean, I guess you're friends, but you're really not. But there are a lot of extenuating circumstances. So I'm trying to see what you guys think, depending on the breakup. Well, that's also depending. I have this fruit fly. I know this summer, the fruit flies and the regular flies have been ridiculously, and there's just one in my, and it likes to stay around me. I wish I had, like men that wanted to be around me as much as this freaking fruit fly. So you're saying depends on the breakup, Rosie. So that's true too if you are actually in a relationship with somebody. So like that would also then be, can you be friends with your ex, which might be a different show, right? But yes, that is definitely a factor. When you were saying this is me on Twitch, this is me on Facebook, I was making a joke. Oh, sorry. You know what? You know me. It goes in. I don't even know what I'm doing from 1 minute to the next. Very, very difficult. Don't remark. Does not recommend it. All right. Let's see who else says what. Seriously, if you have that understanding with the person, it's okay. Okay. I have to take the fifth and can't answer. Billy is on the feed. Let's see. If there was more of an emotional connection for one of the participants, it could be tough. Abso-freaking-lutely. If both agree what it is and both being honest about what they want out of it. It could be your fruit fly. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So I think that, all right, get off of here. I think all of these things have something to do with it. The funny part about it is that like I said, it also has to do with the type of chemistry you have with that person. So meaning, there are those very, very few and far between people that maybe you connected with, and there's just like, you can't help it. The minute you see each other, there's that energy. And even though you like, you try not to feed into that energy, it's there, right? Then you also have the energy where been there, done that, I'm good. Right? But you still like them. Maybe, but there's also a certain comfortability, if that's even a word, that comes with that, which I think was what Jorge was saying initially, is that you are indeed closer because you know that person closer. I have to say that I think more so, especially when we were younger. Well, you know what? I think everybody's different. So I think, first of all, I do think men and women can be friends and not have sex. That is, I will start by saying that. That being said, I also think that you can have sex with your friend and then, like, sometimes it just happens by default, especially if you're young. But also, God, if you're drinking, whatever, maybe you're close and you think maybe, and then you do it, and then you're like, we should not have done that, right? Like, I know a lot of people can admit that they probably have had sex with a friend that they should not have. And then you kind of both go about your business like nothing happened. Like, let's not talk about it. It didn't happen. We're good, right? And then you have those people that, like, you did have sex with them, whatever happened, and it's like just behind you, and you always know what happened, but it doesn't register. Like, when you get together, that spark isn't there, and you really are just friends, and you're not thinking like about having sex with them. Like, there are some people that you could be friendly, be friends, and then you had sex and maybe whatever, and then every time you see them, you're thinking about, like, banging the shit out of them, right? But then there are other people that you're like, ew, like, I can't have sex with this person, and you wonder how you ever had sex with them in the first place, right? That's funny too. But men and women can be friends, and men and women can be friends even if they had sex. So I know, like, I had friends and they didn't want to, like, if you have, I always had guy friends, and they would feel uncomfortable, like, calling my house, like, if, when I was with my husband. And I'm like, we're friends. He already knows, all that went on or whatever. I have no secrets. We're friends, and so a lot of people don't feel comfortable with that, right? Because once sex is involved, I don't believe that, like, it's a threat. Actually, I think it's more of a threat if you didn't have sex with the person, because maybe the curiosity could kill you, right? So I think that, once you've been there, done that, and if you haven't done it again, then who the hell needs to go back there and revisit it, right? But I think that people don't like to be transparent either. Like, me and my husband were very open about things. I was like, did you, and I'm like, that's, I always ask, well, did you fuck her? And then, it's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so now I know what I'm working with. You know what I mean? But a lot of people perpetrate the fraud, and they act like, they're holier than thou, and, like, we don't have sex and this, that, and the other. Please give me a break. Anyway, good morning, you guys. Happy Wednesday. It is hump day. So today I decided that we would talk about, can you be friends with someone you had sex with? We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group on Facebook. We are live on the Karen Stacy public page. We are live on YouTube, Real Talk Karen Stacy. We are live on Twitch, Real Talk Karen Stacy. So make sure you hit all those buttons and subscribe so you know when we are live. I ask a huge favor. Sharing is caring. If you guys can please share out the video, share it to your groups, tag in your friends, tag in a friend of yours that you had sex with, and now maybe you're feeling like maybe you shouldn't have, and, we can open up the conversation. I'm terrible. Hey, listen, I'm all about communication. That's what we got to do. You got to have communication, guys. Let me see where we are here. Let me see. The comments just went crazy. I'm reading comments. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'm almost there. I had friends in my early 20s. We had a very good understanding. There you go. Giselle, yes, can be done, but someone always ends up catching feelings. Well, that's the friends with benefits thing. So I'm not really talking about friends with benefits. And, I mean, that whole catching feelings things, I mean, are we all that disconnected from, humanity that, catch feelings? You should have some kind of feelings for somebody that you're, intimate with. You're sharing the same space. You're swapping bodily fluids. Like, there should be some kind of feelings there, right? Gianna, my girl, how are you? Mark said chemistry is absolutely a factor. Sometimes you can't keep your hands off of someone. And I have to say that is so rare that I almost rather take that. Like, I know that probably sounds awful, but like somebody like me, I'm like bored very, very easily. And there's something to be said. You can deepen a relationship, you can become closer, but that like bam thing, there's something to be said for that. And I don't know if there's like a pill for that. And whoever develops that pill, I don't know, was that ecstasy, right? I don't know because I never did it, but there's something to be said for that chemistry. And I have to tell you that if I know in my what would be in my experiences, having somebody that you have that type of chemistry with is very rare, and that's bad. Well, not bad, it's good, but it's bad because it's hard to develop a real friendship and relationship with somebody sometimes when the chemistry is so great, because all you can think about is jumping that person, right? I had that kind of chemistry with my husband when we had first met. And it was like insane. People never wanted to be around us because we were just like, up against the wall making out or whatever. I mean, it was just, we started off that way and then we fell madly in love with each other. So it doesn't usually work that way. Usually the person that you enjoy having sex with is not the person that you can have like a heart to heart conversation with. We got the little monster over here she's gonna pull all of the blankies now to get comfortable. Oh, that's it. Look at that baby girl. She's so cute. My princess on the blankie. I know one of my exes said that he wished that he could come back as my dog in a next life, and that could be him because unfortunately he's no longer here either. Anyway, let me see what we got going on here. So Billy said, once you have sex with a person, it will always be on your mind, depending on how good a friend you've become. See, I don't feel that way, Billy. I don't think so. It is not always on my mind. And I have a lot, I have like stuff under my belt there. So I can say with a definitive response that is not true, because well, maybe it's just me, but I'm able to put shit right out of my head. Just like I told you guys, like if you have bad sex, that does not count, right? So people are like, what? Of course it counts. You had sex. Nope. If I didn't get off and I didn't, whatever, it doesn't count. Certain things, it just doesn't count. It's like when you eat in the middle of the night and the lights are off, it doesn't count. Nobody knows you're eating. Oh, I make this up as I go along. Mark, yes, I have many female friends that I never felt a physical connection. Right. And so again, I always enjoy having male friends because I like the male perspective of things. Women, although now I must say that I am blessed in my later years in life to have met some amazing women. Not that I don't have amazing women that were in my life, but they were very few and far between. I always had a better relationship with guys. The problem is that, like I really am a guy's girl. And what happens is that a lot of women don't really appreciate that. So like, I don't want your man. And a lot of men, I'm sorry, let me not do that. There are a lot of people that are inappropriate. Okay, a lot of people, and that's a whole other show. But if I showed you what my inbox looked like with certain people, and these are all people that I know, and if you don't go through it to actually find out, you would never know that they were married unless you ask. And then even then, sometimes you get a skewed, response to that. But like if you're in a relationship or you're with somebody, there should be no dicey shit going on. You shouldn't be in nobody's box. Okay, period. Whether it be inbox, anybody, no box. No box. No. Bad. You should not do that. There's a line. But anyway, I do think that men and women can be friends. I do think men and women can not have sex with one another. Um, but I do think that if you have those friends that you have had sex with, and that's in the past, that it will strengthen a relationship, I think. There's a greater bond there, that exists. So, it's a tricky thing. And a lot of people that are in relationships get jealous, like, because like I don't want you friends with, that one. I don't want you talking to that one. I don't want you going out with that one. You had sex with them. Okay. And, so, I mean, I get it, but if you can't fight a temptation, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you can't keep your pants on, then you might as well just lock that person up and never let them out, period. You know what I mean? So I don't think that it changes anything. I think that you may see a look here and there. Who knows? Maybe not. Like I said, it could be so far behind that they don't even think about it. You can totally be friends. But then I will say this, like I said to you just now, you people shouldn't be in other people's boxes if they are like trying. You know what I'm trying to say? Like if you're flirting with somebody, that's a different story. Okay? But if you're just being you and use a friend, I think it's all fair game. That's my opinion. Good morning, Sylvia. How are you? All right. Oh, wow. I got a lot of comments here. I like it. Okay. I'm coming back for you guys. Of course, I can't see. Once you have sex with, okay, there we go. Gina, we would go out and find people for each other. Don't you call those friends fuck buddies? If you're just having sex with them, yes, but then that's not a friend. Mark, yes, I have many female friends that I never felt a physical connection to. Is that Sally? Good morning. Sorry, I couldn't tell. My freaking eyes are like gone. Tony, we're talking about sex. Where you been? All right. Jorge, while people stay together for a variety of reasons, ultimately, what keeps couples, marriages, or relationships together is a solid friendship. Sex has a very short lifespan. Friendships tend to last longer. Humans are wired to foster friendships rather than conflicts. I agree with that very much. I think that is very true. But that being said, let's not perpetrate the fraud here. Sex is super important in a relationship. So this, like, sex can make or break, right? I mean, and that's the sad part, is that most times in life, like, the people that you're like it's very rare that you have the opportunity to share your life with your best friend, that's like your fuck buddy, your confidant, your best friend, your partner in crime. So hard to get that. So a lot of times we all settle for one of them, right? Because getting all of that in one person can be very challenging, right? So I feel you on that one, Jorge. I do think that, at the end of the day, we should all hope that we're 80 years old and we're still banging our spouse or significant other or whatever we want to call them. Um, but it doesn't always work out like that, right? There are a lot of sexless marriages. But those marriages are probably loveless as well. I mean, like they love each other because, they have a relationship, but it's dead. And that's why people go out and seek attention from others. That's when the friends things becomes a little more tricky too. Because you know what? If you're in a good relationship and you're happy and you're having sex and you're having good sex and all of that, you're not looking on the outside of things. Maybe. I can't say for sure. I'm not that person. I'm a very loyal person. So I never really got all of that. All right, let me see. Sylvia, I can't be friends with someone I had sex with. Sex ruins friendships. Okay. I don't believe that, but you're entitled to that. Ed, good morning, sweetheart. How are you? It's dangerous, Mark says. Yep, it can turn into an obsession. Oh my. Well, you know what? If the sex is that good, it really can become an obsession. But that's again a whole other show. Um, thank you, Sally. Hey, Pete, you're here. We always need your insight. All right, here we go. Mark, to be honest, see, I love that. You guys, do me a favor. What are you going to say? Well, I'm going to lie to you right now and say, you don't have to ever say to be honest on this show, because if you aren't honest, I'm going to call you out on that shit. So there's no reason not to be honest, because it's judgment free zone. So if anybody ever, gets stupid, we fix that real quick. So everybody can be honest, and I expect you to be honest. I'm up here being honest. I expect you to be honest. It's a weak position for a man to be a woman's friend. For example, you both go to a bar together, having a good time, and she can easily start flirting with another guy right in front of you, and you sit there looking stupid. Okay, you know what? Very good point, Mark. And I appreciate you bringing that up. And as somebody who has, like I said, male friends, I do think that that is wrong. Regardless, I think it's wrong on both ends. If you two are out together, to me, it's like when I go out with my girlfriends, right? We walk in together, we walk out together, right? If I go to the bathroom, I let my friends know I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Or we go to the bathroom together, whatever the case may be. We're going to go get a drink, we go together. I am not that person. I don't like when people, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are times that I do take off a little bit because I'm at, when we do certain events and stuff like that, I know people, I have to talk to people. It's a little bit different. But when you're out, and if you are, and like I said, I have male friends, I conduct myself the same way, whether I'm in a relationship or I'm not in a relationship. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's a certain code of value and ethic that I carry myself, and I try to carry all the time. Whether I'm in a relationship or not, I dress the same way I've always dressed, because I feel that, you should have, respect for yourself, whether or not there's someone there when you get home or not. And you should conduct yourself in that manner. That's my personal opinion. And I agree with you, Mark. I do not feel that if a guy and a girl are out, unless both of them are outer mingling, I do think that that is true, because it does make, and not just for the guy, but for the girl too, and then what happens there is it opens you up to something. So now if a girl, not so bad. If a girl's flirting with a guy and some girl comes over and starts flirting with you, not so bad, right? But if it's the other way around and the guy starts flirting with a girl and he's not paying attention to the girl he was with, and she's getting hit on by all these guys, they don't give a shit now, because they know, oh, that's just her friend anyway. So she's up for grabs. So that's the fucked up thing, is that there's no respect amongst thieves anymore. That's really the truth of it. I inbox my male and female friends. No good. Mark, that wasn't what I meant, silly. There is, when I'm talking about people blowing up your inbox, I'm talking about people that are looking for something when they shouldn't be. That was what I was talking about. Pete, there's always reason for jealousy. Yeah, I guess, but I think there's always reason for jealousy just in general. But like, I don't know. I'm not a jealous person. I'm a possessive person. Like, don't fuck with what's mine. So, like, I'm not jealous. Like, I don't look at anybody in envy or want what they have or whatever. You know what? God bless you. But I am territorial. So do not fuck with what's mine. So I think that a lot of people don't know where to draw the line. And that's the issue, right? So that is the tricky part. If you are, if you have a friend that you've had sex with, you have to make sure that, that you're not sending out that vibe, right? Because we know the vibe, right? And I mean, it's happened to me, and it's happened to me even recently. And I shot that shit right down. Like, that's not me. We're not, this hasn't happened in how long? No. Like, you have to establish those boundaries. And once you establish the boundaries, that should be a mute issue. Let me see. I had two friends where we came close, but I can't fucking say. I had two friends that we came close, but chose the friendship over the sex was well worth it, and we're still friends. And I agree with that too. So my thought is, I think it really depends on where you are in your life with that as well. What do I mean by that? I mean that when we're younger and we kind of dabble a little bit on it, we find our way back. But as you're older and you're in a different situation, yeah, you may realize like the sex probably would be awesome, right? But then you may not be able to come back from it in terms of the friendship. I think that these things maybe are better for some of us that are older as past tense. Because I think that now it's a whole other level, because now when you go to just call or text your friend, it's one thing. But now when you're dealing with them, and you're dealing with them on the other level, because now you got to play the game, right? So now it's like, okay, well, now, if I have friends, like I have male friends that I don't hear from, right? So I don't give a shit. I'll just text them and be like, like, what's up? Like, I haven't heard from you, right? And then, like, there are times, like, I'll text somebody, I'm like, well, do we have a one night stand that I wasn't aware of? Like, where are you? Why haven't you called me? Why haven't you texted me? Like, what's up? So, like, when you're just friends, it's, you could do that. But when you're not just friends and sex got in the middle of it, then that's when it gets a little bit something, because we're older now. So it's like, we should be accountable for our actions, right? So, like, in my opinion, like, we're older now. You should know better. Even still, you're my friend, and you don't like stay in touch, and you freaking disappear or ghost, whatever, and you're just my friend. So now I'm gonna have sex with you, and you're gonna do that? Like, no, thank you, because that's worse. I think, because then you're questioning everything you ever did, right? Because you're like, well, see, I ruined it. Meanwhile, they were the same person, whether you banged them or you didn't. All right, so let's see. Tony said, I'm still friends with everyone I had sex with. At one point in time, you had chemistry with that person. This is something you will never forget. No strings attached. There you go. Geez, the numbers just went like catastrophically down. I guess I said something that pissed off somebody. Gina, I honestly believe men get jealous, whether friends with an understanding. Women are more confident when it comes to sharing intimacy. Well, that, and the fact that men know what dogs men can be. So men don't trust other men because, that's how that goes. But I'll leave it there. Sylvia said, every male friend I have or have wants to fuck me. I don't even flirt with them. Yeah, well, it's, again, the thing about a male-female relationship is this. You can be the best of friends once you determine that sex is off the table, or it isn't. But then you get what you pay for. So Tony said, fuck buddies are cool, but they tempt to get jealous when you start talking to someone else. Oh, probably tend to. They want to feel like they are the only ones in your life. Well, I think we all want to feel that way at one point in time, right? Let me see. Lol, and she introduced us 25 years later and two beautiful kids. Okay. Mark, gotta run, great show, and I'll be stopping by again. Thank you, Mark. Marilyn, I see you on there. I didn't see any comments, but just see your name. Good morning. Oh, there you are. Hello, buenos dias. Tom said it depends on the individuals involved. Yes, it always depends on the individuals involved. I mean, and again, some of you are late to the party right now, so we have definitely discussed all of that. Again, I feel that the problem with most people is the lack of communication. So once people communicate, it makes it a lot easier, right? It's expectations, right? So everybody needs to have those expectations, because that is how feelings do get hurt. Because even if it's somebody that maybe like you had sex with, and you have that kind of a relationship with, and then you're friends, but then you're not having sex, but then you are having sex, it gets very confusing, right? So I guess that you have to kind of just be okay with wherever that lies, right? Which isn't always easy to do, right? But I, of course, I have no problem, letting people know how I feel. And if I do hold back, all I need is a cocktail or two, and you'll get that text. Tony said, the way that I see it is that if you are going to have sex with a friend, you have to be mature about it and know that people may stay around or leave. Friendships may be broken. That's your choice you have to take. And facts. That is true. And sometimes it's not worth that. Sometimes the friendship is more important. It's a really hard call. It really is. I never thought I would be back in this situation ever again, and here I am. Christine, good morning. Still talking about friend sex. That's what the show is about. Yes. Should we be talking about something else? I mean, we went off on 100 different tangents, but yes, that is what we were talking about. But yes, that is what we were talking about. I think that you can be friends with someone you had sex with. That is my deduction. Just like everything else, there's always loopholes to everything. But I know for a fact that you can maintain a relationship, a friendship with somebody, even if you had sex with them. The only time it does get a little challenging is if you're both single and you're both maybe drunk and it's coming towards the end of the night. That's when you're walking on a slippery slope. Maybe. I agree. You agree, Joe? How's my Joe? Yes. Well, I think you can. I think you can do it. I just think that you have to, understand, just like anything else in this world, you put yourself in a situation. I mean, that's why, like, at the end of the night, you got to get out. You can't be the last one standing, because, it's slim picking. So you got to keep it moving at that point. No, Christine, you're saying no, you can't be friends with someone that you had sex with. I don't know. I thought this was a fun topic. I don't know where everybody is. I guess everybody's out having sex with their friends and they're not paying attention to me. Hello. I don't know. It's hump day. So you know what? Fuck it. Go fuck one of your friends. Why not? I can talking about the drinking. You mean you can't? Well, it's true. You got to know yourself. Either that or you're going to drink so much that you can't have sex because you pass out, one or the other. But I know, Christine, I say the craziest things, don't I? Right? And for those of you, those men that can't keep it in their pants, just get yourself whiskey dick. Just keep drinking and you won't screw up anybody's friendship. You'll be fine. It'll all be good. And that's a really good way to screw up a friendship, by the way. If you do decide to have sex with one of your friends and it don't work, wah, 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 that's a good way to make sure it never happens again. But then now you got to prove it. Like, no, it works. Watch, it was just I drank too much. Look. Yeah, no, you know what? It's over and done with. Tony, I still have friends that hit me up and we talk about what happened. Like you said, sometimes you are out and things happen. It's hard to control certain situations. Alcohol has a lot to do with it. Things can happen with the influence. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's my whole thing though. But then that's the point. Okay. So here's the deal, you guys. If you're on a diet, don't go in the bakery. Because when you go in the bakery and you smell all of that stuff, your mouth is going to water and you're going to want it. So, the same thing goes in life, right? If, look, I know I just have to, I go like this, boop, and I shut it right off where I turn into, I told you, I'm an amoeba. You just go bloop and you just don't think about it and you don't put it out there. And right away, okay, once we get to that point, got to shut it down. So, unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are just looking for it. Well, not unfortunately, good for them and good for whoever's receiving it. But as far as it goes with friends, you definitely have to figure out where you want to stand with that. Because if you do end up having sex with a friend and it ruins your friendship, you better make sure that sex was really fucking good, because if not, then you just ruined the friendship for no good reason. And you know what, maybe you guys could talk about it, maybe you could salvage the relationship, but it's really like, that's the thing. I think when we're younger, we make certain mistakes because we can recuperate from them. When we get older, I don't think you can recuperate the same way, because it's just like now, right? As an adult, when you make a mistake, right, there's harsh penalties for it, right? Like you're going to jail or you're getting your house taken away from you or your kid, whatever, big repercussions for mistakes that we make as we get older. When we're younger, the mistakes that we make, we tend to be able to fix. When we get older, we tend to not be able to fix mistakes because they're too big to fix. So like, when you're an adult, you should recognize what's going on, and you have to take into accountability, especially if it's a friend. You have to take into accountability their feelings and their situation. And I do have to say this, and I say a big, huge thank you to a lot of people that I met after losing my husband. And believe it or not, there are a lot of great men out there that chose not to take advantage of a broken woman. And I am the broken woman that can attest to that. Because, and it wasn't even about sex. It was, sex is sex. You can turn off your emotions. You can, it is what it is. But when it comes to the emotions and the affairs of the heart, sometimes, you know what, you get people around you that really recognize that they could do a lot of damage to you. And they are the ones that put up the boundaries. Then you have those people that are opportunistic and they see a broken person and they go right in so that they can get whatever it is that they want. So be aware of who and what you are, and be aware of what you put yourself around, because there are good people in this world that will step back and they will do the right thing. And then there are people in this world that will jump right on in because you are ripe for the pickings. So all I have to say is don't put yourself in situations that you cannot come back from to the best of your ability. Let me see. Joe said, you're better off being honest with a friend, have great sex with that friend, and going on with your lives without the bullshit. Yes, if you are, communicable like that, then absolutely. But a lot of people don't communicate, and that causes issues. Tony, I think friends are more willing to have sex than dealing with a total stranger. At least they know you and feel comfortable getting those sheets wet. You're such an ass. Maybe. And especially nowadays, considering that everybody, is like, a threat to everybody, right? And then I showed you guys that video with the guy, right in the middle of COVID, and he was, tonguing down one girl, and then she walked away and he was tonguing down another. I mean, ugh, I thought I was going to vomit. I couldn't believe it. I think I showed you guys that video. That was something for sure. But yeah, I mean, I personally do think that you can be friends with someone that you had sex with. And my advice to everyone watching is, if you plan on having sex with one of your friends, make sure it's good, and make sure that you are prepared for whatever may come after. Okay. Make sure you are prepared for whatever may come after, which is a tall order. I'm not going to lie, but you have to be ready for everything and anything. And the problem is that most people do not know how to communicate. Most people are perpetrating the fraud. So if you really are a good friend, then you know what? Sometimes, listen, some of us are stressed to the gill. I'm the first one. So you know what? If you could, help a sister out, why not? You could help a brother out, why not? Just don't be an asshole afterwards. That's the problem, right? I always tell you guys, tomorrow isn't promised. Don't be an asshole today. Tony said yes, because some people fall in love and want more than a friendship. Well, you know what? I mean, who's to say that it don't happen? I mean, like I said to you, when I first met my husband, that's all it was about. And then we ended up enjoying each other's company so much from having sex that we fell in love. So it can happen. Precisely, need communication. Yes, Christine, and be mature. It if is this happens, so we need to show proof of being what? I'm not sure what that means, Gina. Um, yeah, I hear you. Well, that's a whole other story. I'm trying to stay positive because everything going on in the world today, I want to like throw up. So maybe I should just start having sex with all of my friends. And, since the world is coming to an end anyway, I said, if I die like, broke and horny, I'm going to really be pissed off. That's one thing I have to say. So I'm just telling the universe that, like, I need to get my groove on, because the world needs to start spinning and people need to start being happy. We need to be able to live. We have to stop with this lockdown bullshit, but that's a whole other fucking show. And I'm not going there today. So we're just having fun today. We're shooting the shit. We're talking about having sex with friends. And you know what? Maybe somebody's going to go out now and have sex with their friends. I can't say for sure. But if you do, oh, great. Severe thunderstorms coming. Yippee! But if you do, scream out my name 3 times. You know the deal. All right. Well, I love you guys. Thanks for shooting the shit with me for an hour today. It was a joke. If we have friend sex, do we need to show proof of being vaccinated? Well, that's a whole other story, right? But I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, people would get tested for like HIV before they had sex with each other. So I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. Have sex and enjoy it. If it's a friend or a stranger, enjoy it. Listen, just be safe and keep your eyes open. That's what I always say. Eyes wide open, guys. Eyes wide open, because you never know what's coming at you. So you got to be aware of everything. But you know what? At this point, it is true. I mean, maybe having sex with your friends is, better than a stranger. Although having sex with a stranger has its privileges for sure. Oh my. Okay. On that note, I'm gonna go take a cold shower. No, I'm only kidding. All right. Well, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and on Twitch. Real Talk Karen Stacy. Don't forget to like my Karen Stacy page, and do not forget to join the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. Thank you to those of you that tuned in. Thank you to those of you that commented. Thank you to those of you that shared out the video. I always appreciate your support. Okay, Billy said a good friendship and less the lifetime, sex only lasts a while. Oh, okay. A good friendship lasts a lifetime. Sex only lasts for a while. Well, that's true. Maybe. All righty. Yes, I love you too, Tony, Tony, Tony. Listen, you guys, be safe out there. All right. And if you do have sex, get the goggles, get the condoms, get the gloves, a helmet, a hazmat suit. I can't say for sure. Doggy style, figure it out. Okay. Just be safe out there, guys. I love you. Ciao. I'll see you tomorrow at 11.